Look around. You ever get that weird feeling like everyone's just glitching through life? Like they're moving, but they're not there. That's because most people are NPCs.
They're the villagers!
Not as an insult, as a wake-up call. You're in a world full of scripts, and most people never even question who's writing theirs. You're not thinking, you're reacting. And that's not your fault. It's how this system was built. You were trained to follow orders, not question them. Like, bro, you get hit with a headline and boom, your whole mood shifts. You're not moving through life. Life's moving you. Cialdini calls it click-whir, automatic behavior. You hear a trigger word, like limited time only or scientists say, and bam, you're sold. Not because you decided, but because your programming took over. People aren't living, they're executing commands, born into a script, shaped by school, softened by entertainment, and numbed by routine. It's like you're logged into a character you didn't even design. Get this. When you join a crowd, your brain shuts off. Gustave Le Bon called it the mass mind. That's when people start shouting slogans, not ideas. You're not a person anymore. You're a mouthpiece. Le Bon said people in crowds lose their sense of personal responsibility. One dude in a crowd can become part of a riot, say things he'd never say, do things he'd never do, because the crowd thinks for him. You think it's just politics? Nah. It's deeper. It's school, your job, even your Instagram feed. Everyone's looking left and right before they act, like they're waiting to be told it's okay to be themselves. Except they don't even know who that is. And it's not just fear, it's comfort. It feels good to disappear into the crowd. Safety in numbers, right? But that safety comes with a price. Your soul. In Zimbardo's Stanford prison experiment, dudes turned into monsters in days. Not because they were evil, because they were empty. They filled in the blank with the role they were given. That's what happens when you don't know yourself. You become whatever the world hands you. Most people are just roles with skin on. That's why they change up depending on who's around. And when that mask becomes comfortable, that's when the real danger begins. Because now, not only are you playing a role, you've forgotten there was ever anything else. Zimbardo said it's the situation, not the person, that brings out evil. But I'll take it a step further. It's the absence of personhood, a hollow identity filled by external roles. Cialdini said it straight. We've got shortcuts wired into our heads. Authority, group approval, scarcity. These are your pressure points. And marketers, politicians, influencers, they poke them every day. They don't need to convince you. They just need to trigger you. Because is enough. Click and whir. They pull the lever, you dance. And here's the wild part. Even knowing this doesn't always save you, because most of it happens below the surface. That's why it's called unconscious behavior. You think you're choosing? Most of the time, you're just reacting to pre-installed commands. Carl Jung said, what's in your shadow controls you. That means all the stuff you don't want to admit, your fears, your insecurities, your cravings. That's what's running the show while you pretend to be normal. He warned about becoming absorbed by collective identity, what he called psychic epidemics. Once you merge into the mass, you lose access to the self. You become a node in a system, a function, not a soul. Individuation is the antidote. That's the process of becoming a full human being, not a persona, not a role, but the whole damn thing. Your light and your shadow. Most people, they're NPCs in their own life story. They outsourced their identity to TikTok trends and Reddit threads, never wrote their own lines. So how do you wake up? Step 1, stop scrolling. Sit still, shut the noise off. Watch your mind panic. That's your training leaving your system. Good. Step 2, confront your shadow. Journal, meditate, get brutally honest. If you're lying to yourself, the world will lie right back. Step 3, build inner authority. Jung said real individuality comes from integration, owning all of you, not just the parts that get claps. Step 4, Challenge the scripts. When you feel the urge to obey, pause. When you want to fit in, question it. When you react, rewind it. Step 5, remember the danger of unconsciousness. Zimbardo said evil doesn't need evil people. It just needs people who aren't paying attention. Most people would rather suffer in comfort than struggle toward truth. That's deep, because being an NPC feels good. You don't have to think, decide, reflect. Just follow the next dopamine drip. Netflix, Uber Eats, notifications. That's the drug loop. Comfort is the new cage, and most of you are decorating it. You're not meant to be some background character. You were built to break patterns, not repeat them. But you've got to snap out of the trance first. They want you asleep. They profit off your autopilot. But if you're here, maybe you're waking up.